Welcome back to Rock Reacts. It's Jim here, and it's Nala there. Hello, Nala. um, yeah, I always have to show the dog. Sorry, she has to get her. She's the star of the show. Today we're gonna listen to YUNGBLUD Ghosts live from Hansa Studios. Now, the reason why I really wanted to do YUNGBLUD is I've got several requests for more YUNGBLUD stuff, and I know, I kind of mentioned before that he was found out to be using Autotune live in some performances, and so I kind of feel a little bit like, I watched some stuff like interviews and things from him since then. I've kind of grown like quite that bit fonder for him as a person. I think he's just trying to do his best. I think he just wants to do what he wants to do. He loves doing it. He loves performing for the fans. So I was like, okay, like, I owe it to the fans to do this because they've requested this. So this is Ghost live from Hansa Studios, and also because apparently he's canceling the rest of his shows for 2025 because of some health issues, like his voice and health issues. So I've always kind of thought when he's performing, he's giving it everything. Like every show, when I listen to him sing live, I've seen some clips of him singing live, and when I listen to him sing live, he's giving it all. Like he's not holding back because he loves the fans. He just gives it all. Like every performance is his last. And I love that about him because when I was younger in those days, I didn't care about my voice. I didn't care about the future. I just, wanted to like deliver everything. And I understand where he's coming from with that. But now it seems that he's understanding that if he wants to do this for the long term, he has to take care of his health, his voice and his health. So anyway, that's kind of why I wanted to listen to this live one. I've got a couple of requests, but anyway, I'm sorry, I just want to kind of give a little bit of the background before. So I know that's a bit too much, but here, let's get into it now. Oh, so what's that? It's upside down.
Smoke across the water and swim 1,000 miles just to hear you say the words that never come when you need them most to dry your eyes out.
Okay, so it's like you could see, I mean, he's giving it all he's got. Now, I'm going to stop a lot through this because this is an educational video. I'm going to talk about his technique. And what he's using, kind of different techniques that he's using in his style and what he's doing and the physicality of it. You could see he's always like really into it. And also the other thing about physique is he's got a really, and I don't mean this, I mean this like in the best possible sense, is that he's got a big mouth. That's a big resonator, okay? Steven Tyler has a big mouth. I commented about that on that before, and you can watch, I'll put the YUNGBLUD playlist at the end. You can watch those. But you can see he's really physically getting into it. It does sound a little bit like, I mean, for me, it's kind of like I know live because I'm a performer. Like I sing live all the time. I sing live every week. I know what live music sounds like. I know what, my voice sounds live like coming through. And I know what the difference is between the two. And I'm just kind of, I'm going to explore that going through here, and I'm going to try to see, is he using Autotune live in here? Not that it matters. A lot of people use it. Bon Jovi's been, he's been outed, but he used it in a recent performance that he did. Was a kind of a little bit of a clip of his upcoming. But anyway, this is about YUNGBLUD. Let's get into this.
Was it your mother's tongue or your father's ghost? Remember sticks and stones and how they broke your bones. Pain is how you learn, boy, you learned a lot. When they hit you in the face and you begged them all to stop until you rose.
Okay, so there's a couple of things here about technique, right? I'm going to get into watch his. I call this sing wings, right? So it's like when you're expanding your ribs, and like particularly in the back, and you can see what he's doing here with this. Watch this when right now, you see how he kind of expanded his back right there. It's like oh, your father's cough. And he's like, he's got, what I find about him is that he does tend to use such force with his voice. I mean, and he really like gives it like everything when he's singing, and that can put a strain on your voice. But if you listen, so it does sound like there's some effect on his voice, which is going to be like a, you know, you go to see 99% of singers and they have some effect on the voice. Live, I don't like to use any effect on my voice, and you know, I mean, that's, I don't know, maybe it's to the detriment, because when you're talking in between songs, you have to either shut it off or worry about it. So, and because it sounds like, anyway, so that's, sorry, I've just on that, broke your bones. He's kind of really like, he's leaning into that. He's really giving it like everything.
Until you rose up again, and you tried your best to surrender, bow down your head. Then you looked up to the sky and said, my God.
You could see the breath there when he's really getting that. He's really getting a good breath here. He's really active. And you could see him raising his shoulders. A lot of vocal coaches, or singing teachers, I should say, they would tell you, this is correct posture, your shoulders down, and don't raise them. No, like if you watch any great singer, they're raising their shoulders all the time. So like, it's just part of raising the shoulders, takes the pressure up off the ribs, which can expand, and you have your sing wings like I talked about there earlier. And this is like, he's got good technique. If he didn't have good technique, he would have blown his voice out long ago and he wouldn't be able to sing at all. I think that he does have good technique, but he does push it to where it's just, you know, kind of just over the edge of being able to sustain that long term.
And you tried your best to surrender, bow down your head. Then you looked up to the sky and said, my God.
You can see there.
What a beautiful scene. Now I know what you mean. Wanna stay here forever. God, what a beautiful scene. Now I know what you mean. You're my gateway to heaven.
Ooh. What? That sounds a little bit like U2. It sounds a little bit like a U2 song. I don't know. It's like, what, trying to think of, let me know if you know the U2 songs. Oh God, it'll come to me. I do want to point out though, on this, going back here, I'll go back to that thing, but on this part here, it does sound like he's got some sort of auto-tune running on it, and like I said, it's common, everybody uses it. Why? Because we have the internet now, and people like to go, oh, listen, that person was off, and blah blah. You just look up any videos Vince Neil singing lately, or David Lee Roth particularly. A lot of people are harshing on these guys for being out of tune or whatever, but it's like, guys, that's the world we live in. Like if it's not perfect, then people like harsh on you, and then I don't know, man. It's, you could go you could go two ways with it, both ways. Anyway, you know what I mean? YUNGBLUD. On that kind of, to dry your eyes out. There was kind of a little bit of a stepping sound to it, and that happens when you use auto-tune. It kind of like snaps to the correct note or whatever. It's not saying like he's not singing or he's singing bad. It's just that auto-tune just helps you just be right on pitch. I mean, and that's, you know, I mean, it is what it is. So like, hate or not on it. But let's go back to this. Did I go back? I maybe went too far. I just want to hear when this kicks in. Yeah, wait, where's this? When it kicks in. Even that. I am Lord. I am Lord. I am Lord. Kingdom come only to be with you. Only to be. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Sorry, sometimes I have to run through the whole song to get to the chorus. What is it? Okay, still haven't. It sounds a little bit like that, doesn't it? I don't know. Tell me in the comments below. Am I completely retarded or what? Okay, it goes up. Boom, boom, doom, boom, boom, ba-doo, boo, doom, boom, boom. And then it goes to doom, doom, boom. Anyway. I like it. Look, he's moving. He's not just pretending. He's into it. He's giving it all. He's a performer. That's what he does. And we can't hate on him for being a performer, wanting to perform, wanting to give the fans what they want. Like you would do the same thing if you were in his position and you could do it, wouldn't you? Yes, Jim, I would. People said jealous. Hell yeah. I mean, like everything that he gets to do. I mean, it's like just, I mean, I tell you, to be honest, like, and like, this is like complete, shutters down. Yes, jealous. Because when you sing, when you're a singer and you're a performer and you want to perform, like, I wish I had as many people loving me as he does loving him. So you want to do what you want to do and have people appreciate you. And so when you see somebody that does that, and they get appreciate you, just like, yeah. I mean, there's a part of you going, God dang, I wish I was him. I wish. Yeah.
From underneath the dust, you see a curtain call. Come better watch another generation stall to the heavens.
On that. Stall. There's a stall. There's that's a good amount of breath to get that distortion. You have to have like a good breath flow to get in there. And man, he's giving it all. Okay, on there, like hot out. Okay, sound a little because on moving on to down that hot out. It could be maybe be off a little bit if you're like not using it, but it sounds like a little bit like he's using it, but it doesn't sound terrible. It doesn't sound horrible. It doesn't sound computer. It doesn't sound like T-Pain. So, it's weird. He's wearing a shirt and a hat. Strange. We're used to seeing him half naked, aren't we, ladies? That's that kind of reminds me. I don't know why, but that kind of maybe it's just the whole thing of like I've got him and Aerosmith burned into my mind. But that look there when he goes up for this note, it sounds and looks a bit like Steven Tyler. And you fight against. So we fight against. There's a little bit of that kind of Steven Tyler rasp in there. It's cool. On that part there, and just look up to there's a little bit of it's kind of sounding a little bit like there's that yeah, so that you get that effect when you, and I'm not saying he is because I'm not analyzing this for that, but that's kind of what it sounds like, just so you know, like. You hear that little, it kind of just it kind of like it's trying to go, okay, that's the note. But here's the thing, he's a great singer. Like he doesn't need it. But sometimes even like these guys get pressured into using it by whatever record company or whatever, or like sometimes they correct stuff after, like unbeknownst to the artist. Like if you follow Wings of Pegasus, you understand all that stuff, like what I'm talking about.
I and say, my God, what a beautiful scene. Now I know what you mean. Wanna stay here forever. God, what a beautiful scene. Now I know what you mean. You're my gateway to heaven.
Okay, there's a little bit of like that, a little bit on the gateway to.
What a beautiful scene. Now I know what you mean. You're my gateway to heaven.
Yeah, the gateway. You hear a little bit of a thing, but I tell you what, he's got like even though this sounds almost as if they recorded it and then they're just kind of performing it live. It doesn't sound particularly like it's like raw live, and you can like, I mean, if you anyway, but you can see he's getting into it. Like this is the thing about him. I love to hear him actually live because you know it's live and he's really getting into it, and he's like, you could hear the rawness.
My God,
See what he's.
what a beautiful scene. Now I know what you mean. Wanna stay here forever. God, what a beautiful scene. Now I know what you mean.
So when you're doing that, like, now I know what you mean, it like that physicality does help singers get this breathing kind of thing going. You know, when you're moving, and you probably know, like if you're dancing around or whatever, you're probably singing better than when you're just sitting there. I mean, there's a reason for it. Like, and that's what it is. It's a physical activity.
You're my gateway to heaven. God, what a beautiful scene. Now I know what you mean. Wanna stay here forever. God, beautiful scene.
Interesting there. There was a little bit of a kind of a cracky sort of thing, which like leads me to believe like it's cool that they didn't like fix that thing, because I love like hearing raw vocals. Like I love hearing like little mistakes and flubs and whatever and things like that, because it's like, you know, everybody does it. Like nobody is perfect. Like, I mean, some of you might argue like that some of the singers that I check out are perfect, but yeah, listen to this.
Now I know what you mean. Wanna stay here forever.
On that, it kind of, you know, kind of cracked a little. It cracked in and out a little bit, but that just shows that he's giving it all. And like when a singer's voice breaks up like that, it's like, man, that's cool. It's like that's the emotion coming through, and I think that's important.
What a beautiful scene. Now I know what you mean. You're my gateway to heaven. Gateway to heaven. Gateway to heaven. Gateway to heaven.
As he's swinging the mic around. Yeah. He's got that, you know, he's got that charisma, that pizzazz, you know what I mean? He's got that, like he's a performer. He's the rock star that we need. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like, I know this says live from Hansa Studios, but I'm listening to that, and when the mic is that far away, it's not gonna pick him up as much as that did. It's not a criticism, so it's just saying that it's like I would love to hear a more raw live performance. That's what we love. Everybody. See, he's a lovable guy. You could say everybody goes like he's a lovable. When I say he's the rock star that we need, he's kind of these guys. He just doesn't give a right. So when that's the rock star attitude. He smokes, he drinks, he doesn't give a fuck. Like that's what That's what we need. Like, we need more people that kind of just don't give a fuck. But also that love other people. Like Ozzy Osbourne. I think that's maybe why Ozzy loved him so much. Is that he didn't give a fuck, but he loved people. He's a lovable guy. I mean, that's a big crew. Man, that makes me want to have a coffee break. Dang, here's to the crew. Oh my gosh. Okay, he's throwing a hat off. Oh, here we go. Hat off, shirt off. He's performing even though there's like not a particular audience. He's performing like there is an audience there, which is awesome. Somebody was like, hey. There we go. He is a performer. Yeah, you know what? Also live, I guess this is like an industry kind of thing you would understand if you were in industry. And I know there's going to be many people that are going to argue against me about, oh no, this is live. Can't you see it? Look, if you're not in the industry, then you don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I love you. I know you love YUNGBLUD. I love YUNGBLUD, but you're wrong. The reason why is because you see the drums here. Okay, the drums, they've got those panels around there. That's to isolate the drums, so the drums aren't picked up, so you can't hear the drums in the other instruments or the microphones. But guess what? The panel is not on the front that's facing YUNGBLUD and his microphone. So, like, don't argue with me. I love you. Stop arguing. I mean, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. The drums would be picked up by his microphone and all that. You would hear, his mic swinging around. You would hear the drums kind of going all weird. Like, trust me, I've done it. Like, I've done this a lot. And yeah. Wow! Is he gonna sing anymore? Come on. I'm here to analyze the vocals, not just the dancing, which is fantastic, and we're loving it, aren't we? But sing some more, please. He's got that. I love that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, of course. You gave it all, man. He gave it his all. What does that say? Wait a minute. What is he pointing at? Don't forget to live, y'all. Oh my God. Look, that's why I love him. That's why I love him. Don't forget to live. He's living his life every day. He's living like, oh, she's gone. Oh my God, my dog disappeared after all that. He's living his life. Look at that. This guy, he gave it his all, and that's why we love him. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments below what other YUNGBLUD you want me to check out. And I hope you enjoyed it. Rock Reacts. I'll see you on the next one. Love you. Bye.